Welcome back to Minor League Fishing, everybody. Gonna have 2 episodes this week, and the first one's gonna be something completely different that you haven't seen on this channel. It wasn't even supposed to happen, but it happened.
All right, you guys gotta see this. We went down to the point to throw a couple baits that we were just kind of testing to see how they fished, and we caught a fish, and then we kept fishing, and we literally have been down there for over an hour, and we probably caught 115 fish. We caught so many fish. I broke off on something big, and then he just lost his lure, so we came back and we're rigging up more, and we're going back out there because we're just tearing them up right now. So I'm gonna take you guys with me.
So I'm not lying when we say we literally caught over 100 fish. It's insane how many fish we caught. Have you ever heard about being at one of those right places at the right time? Well, this was it. We were at the right place at the right time. It was insane. I don't think I've ever caught that many fish in one location before like this. For sure not on the bank. We were catching the large sand bass. We were catching smaller male largemouth. Man, we killed them. We had to be there for like an hour and a half the first time, maybe 2 hours. And we were just literally almost every single cast was a fish. We weren't even supposed to be there. We were just driving around and we decided to take one of the poles to see how one of these lures worked. And then we decided to go back, grab a couple more poles and throw around a little bit and see what happens. And so we walked out to this point, something we fish from the boat quite often, but we just walked out there and first cast caught a fish. And it was like, oh, okay. So we just started. Man, we hammered them. It wasn't until I broke off and he broke off that we ended up going back and I picked up a GoPro. Now, I didn't take the lavalier mic. I didn't take the recording setup because I didn't want to fall in. I'm in flip-flops. It's 55, 60 degree water and I'm stepping on boulders. So if I fell in, I was going to ruin all the equipment and I don't want to do that. So I just took a GoPro, and that's why you're not going to have really any audio. But since we're not going to have any audio, what we'll have, you'll have me, and we'll be talking while we got fishing going on in the background, for at least some of it. So we were there during like the peak time, and I think when we came back, it was starting to taper down, but we still caught like 18 fish right here on camera in a 30-minute span. So we still caught quite a few fish, and this is the best fishing I've been in all year. I mean, and I can't believe it. It's just this one spot, but it was a perfect storm scenario. It's blowing 30, gusting 45, so windy. We didn't go out on the boat. That's why we're here. And so we have wind coming from the right and we have wind coming from the left, and it's pooling right here. So there's this nice point, a little dip, and another little point slash flat. And so we're catching them here and we're catching them here. And the wind, like I said, it's coming from both ways, and it's kind of making like an eddy. And what it's doing is I'm pretty sure it's sucking all the bugs that are in the trees. You'll see them when I'm walking around. There's just bugs everywhere, little gnat type things. And I think the wind was pushing the bugs into the water. And I'm pretty sure all the bait fish were eating those bugs. And they were eating a lot of them. That then attracted the bigger fish to come up there, and so we were catching all these fish inside of 5 foot of water. We're standing in like a foot or 6 inches or something, and we're throwing out to like 6 foot of water, and we're catching them all inside of between a foot and 6 foot deep. And we caught so many fish. It was incredible. Without a doubt, some of the best fishing I've been in all year. I mean, and it was so much fun. I don't know if it'll ever be like that again, but I will definitely go back and I'll test the waters again and I'll try it again, and we'll see if it happens like that again, because that was so much fun. That was an incredible experience, especially considering the next day was terrible fishing weather. Still caught a couple, but terrible. At least here it's nice and warm and stuff like that. This ends up being the last fish we catch right here. Sad, but it was the last one of the day. And we caught so many fish that my arm was actually sore from setting the hook and trying to pull these things in. The sand bass they love to fight. And if you can catch the bigger sand bass between like 1 pound and 2 pounds, 2.5 pounds, those ones really fight. I mean, they fight like a like a 5-pound bass, and they swim constantly and they pull really hard, and so much fun to fish for. I love catching sand bass. Probably my favorite fish to catch is a sand bass, because they fight and fight and fight, and they love to eat, and they constantly swim, and there's millions of them in this lake. There's so many. Always a good time. I definitely plan on doing more of this kind of stuff. Not always at the lake, but it's got to be somewhere. I've got to find somewhere I can go that I know I can catch a lot of fish and stuff like that. I will do more bank fishing in the future. I fully intend on doing catch and cook type of videos as well. You know, from fishing rod to dinner plate, basically. But that's all in good time. So, for now, I'm signing off. Everyone be safe out there on the water, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace!